Hey, darling, are you still awake? I am too. Well, barely. Tell me a story. You don't know any. That's crazy. I guess I can tell you the story then, if you want. When you were a kid, did you ever believe in anything silly? Or like you knew it wasn't real, but part of you also really believed that it was real and you could never tell anybody about it because you knew they would think that you were crazy. I've had that happen to me a lot. I was in early high school when creepypasta, all that kind of stuff, the no sleep stories, when they were at their peak. And I really believed in Slender Man. I mean, really believed in Slender Man. And Ben Drowned, but let me tell you about Slender Man. I grew up really superstitious to begin with. I was raised pagan, and you know I'm still pagan. That hasn't changed. So I always took things like that really seriously. Anything even remotely regarding the supernatural I took really seriously. And Slender Man, you know, he has such strong roots in him. There's nothing there. But there's also so much. Does that make any sense? It's like being scared of a shadow. What makes it scary is that, well, for Slender Man anyway, you don't know anything about him. He's just there. There's nothing you can do. You don't know what he wants. You don't know what he's after. You don't know how to appease him or make him go away or avoid him. He's just there. When I was younger, I lived in the middle of the woods. Well, not really, but kind of. We were surrounded by trees on all sides. And you had to take this long driveway up because I lived behind this trailer park. It was basically the middle of nowhere. It was a nightmare to get in and out of that driveway during the winter. But because we were surrounded by trees, and you know, I would see things sometimes. I don't know if I was looking for it. I was a really mentally ill kid. I was going through a lot. But I would lay awake at night and watch the trees. I don't know if I was hoping that I would see Slender Man, or if I was just so scared of him that I expected to be there. I think we all kind of have moments like that. When a fear gets really stuck in your head. I don't really get afraid of things now, but when I was younger, the ways that I would deal with my fear was, one, to either roll over and go to sleep. Which is pretty based of me, not gonna lie. Or I would engage in that thing over and over and over again until I was desensitized to it. Just a really unhealthy way of dealing with fear. And I realized that as an adult, but I don't know what I was thinking as a kid. It wasn't just Slenderman. I did that with Freddy Krueger when I was a little kid, too. I was so afraid of things coming out of places where they're not supposed to. Like, Freddy Krueger comes out of your dreams, right? I had the same kind of fear about things coming out of the mirror. I don't know when it started, but I was always really, really afraid of mirrors. Either that or I was obsessed with them. I got convinced somehow that there was another world on the other side of the mirror, and that I could get there, or that something from there could get here, and I needed to know how. And I could never figure it out, and it would either consume me with obsession or with fear. I don't remember when that stopped. But it was definitely before the Slenderman thing. I had this huge dresser with this giant mirror. And so when I was in elementary school, it broke at some point. I don't remember when, but it was definitely before Slenderman. I would lay in bed at night and watch the mirror until I fell asleep. I always had like music or a podcast on. I've never been able to sleep without sound, but I would just lay there and stare at the shapes in the reflection, trying to make sense of it. I don't think I ever saw anything unnatural in the mirror. But in the woods, I've definitely seen things in the woods. I don't like talking about these kind of things. I bet you think I sound crazy. And maybe I do. That was all a long time ago now, obviously. I don't think about it very much. Well, I went through a lot as a kid, so a lot of it was probably just my way of coping with what I was going through. Maybe some part of me wanted Slenderman to be there so that I could, I don't know, run away from everything that was happening. As I got older, horror became such a comfort for me. It still is. My favorite thing to do is lay down at night, put on Killer Clowns or The Twilight Zone, and disappear for a while. Yeah. Yeah, that's a funny way of looking at it. Sorry, I'm keeping you up, dear, aren't I? I don't mean to. You know I get rambly when I get sleepy. We can talk about something else if you'd wish. Or we can simply go to sleep. I don't know how much longer I could keep my eyes open as it is. Do I think aliens exist? I think yes. But I couldn't imagine for the life of me that they'd want to come here. Earth kind of sucks on a major scale. Look at all of the gorgeous things we have. We have trees, we have flowers and birds and chocolate cake, and instead we busy ourselves with war and capitalism. So if I were an alien, I would steer clear. I don't know about you. No, I don't mind your sleepy questions either, dearest. That's why I love you so much. You're willing to put up with me as much as I put up with you. Truly, your company is such a treasure, especially on nights like these. I find myself comforted by your mere presence. I wish we could stay like this forever. Snuggled under the warm blankets, chattering about nothing. But you have to go to work in the morning. I should stop yammering and keeping you awake. Let's try to get some shut-eye now, my dear. I love you so very much.